house shall be a fire, but the house of Esau shall be a stubble.
Karen, this actually happens to me a lot. I can't find my card access key to get in from the garage into the studio. So I basically stand in this vestibule like a puppy, locked outside, or I kick the door in hopes that the receptionist hears me or somebody actually walks by. Oh, hey, Freddie, how are you? Even better yet, somebody walks in behind me. But what if my hand literally became the key? And here's another question. What would George Orwell say? Larissa gets it. She works at CompuWare, and she jumps through a whole lot of hoops to get into her office space.
We have a badge, and you have to have both the key card and your badge to get in. You slide when you go into the parking lot, slide to get into the building, and then slide when you're all the way into the building past the security. Okay. So you have to get in, and then when you get to your floor, slide in again.
Asked if she would be willing to be microchipped for workplace convenience, and she said, heck yeah.
And this way I can slide, and it's me. No one else has my hand. Yeah.
Asked if she would be willing to be microchipped for workplace convenience, and she said, heck yeah.
Great for animals, great for shipping containers, great for animals, great for shipping containers.
Microscopic tag being planted in a person's body to track his every movement. There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rekha Hakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, to the elect, peace to the elect. I want to go in this RFID update real quick. I woke up this morning and this is what I saw. Is called bill requires employers to keep implanted microchips voluntary for workers. So, well, we're just going to get right to it. The Michigan House passed a bill outlawing company policies that would make implanted microchips mandatory for employees. So you got these companies who are now wanting to make microchipping mandatory, you know. So, you know, the smoke and mirrors to this system where they'll act like they're concerned and they want to outlaw it, then something will happen and then they'll all of a sudden pass the bill. The same thing happened with the privacy rights organizers when all these cameras went up. Then all of a sudden something happened at Johns Hopkins, and you know, people were being killed and missing, and they say, well, we need the camera. So you know how it goes. Anyway, this is the article. As employers around the U.S. implant microchips in workers to track productivity, the Michigan House passed a bill making them voluntary in the state. The bill passed Wednesday prohibits employers from requiring workers to accept a microchip implant. See, this is what John was reading, okay? I mean, seeing, okay? With the way technologies have increased over the years, and as it continues to grow, it's important Michigan job providers balance the interests of the company with their employees' expectations of privacy, said State Representative Brona Kyle of Lenawee County, who sponsored the bill. She said companies increasingly are turning to miniature microchips about the size of a rice grain implanted in employees' hands to track productivity, so managers can look for ways to boost efficiency. So they're telling you right there that they don't care. They don't care about you. You're just more cattle to these people, you know. They don't care. They don't trust you. So you're going to have a lot of companies saying, well, you know what, if we, you know, the way we can watch you, you know, we got to tag you, okay? In some places, the RFID microchips take the place of time cards, ID badges, and security clearance devices. So this comes to the scripture, what is it, 2 Corinthians 2:10? We are not ignorant of Satan's devices, okay? So they're going to use that as an excuse to say, well, this will help. They're going to use it on a global level to say it's to help productivity, boost efficiency, okay, and save money on ID badges and convenience. So this thing will work all the way around. You can see how easy this microchip will be readily made available, and it will be it'll be affordable. They'll make it affordable, and they'll make it convenient. It says some can be equipped with the credit card technology to complete financial transactions. Okay, Kyle said the device aren't used widely yet, but she believes they could become a standard business practice around Michigan in the next few years. Well, it's already here. Okay, while these miniature devices are on the rise, so are the calls of workers to have their privacy protected. So what's happening is they're slowly introducing it, and they're seeing how it's working. And the first thing they're going to do is, when you want a job, that's why they're crashing the economy. And when you want a job, the first thing the companies are going to be left to, chip you. And they're going to be given the rights to ask you, look, if you want to work for this company, are you willing to go above and beyond? I know this because all of us, I'm sure, went to job interviews, and they would ask you these questions. Why are you interested in this job, and what are you willing to do? What sacrifices are you willing to make to help this business? And they're going to bring that out. And you know what Jake going to say? Jake going to say, well, yeah, I'll take the chip. It's not a big deal. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Companies could still deploy implanted microchips under her bill. You see that? But the policy would have to be voluntary rather than mandatory. Indiana recently passed similar legislations for implanted microchips. This also proves that some of these people up in these representative offices are Christians, but they don't understand that they're set up too. And they're going to have to listen to the government. Kaylee's, I think that's the name, Kaylee's bill now heads to the Senate, state Senate, for consideration. So it hasn't even passed. It would have to pass there before Governor Gretchen Whitmer could sign it into law. So this is just the beginning. Companies are now making it mandatory. This is probably one of the first times I've heard that, where a company said they're making it mandatory. This is Revelation 13 in effect. What do you other Israelites got to say about that? What you going to do? Okay. A lot of you saying it's not the RFID, is not the mark of the beast. We understand right here. This is the buy, sell, or trade. You don't get a job if you don't have a job. If you can't get your check, or you can't even get a job unless you get microchipped. What do you got to say about that? This is the RFID microchip right in your face. Okay, that's all I have on that. Shalom.